incredible.
It is.
That is incredible. With all of us basically stuck at home, now is the time to explore your neighborhood ethnic eats. One restaurant in the Bay Area that I couldn't wait to try is called Beit Rima, which literally means Rima's house in Arabic. I love the backstory of a son named Samir who took over his father's burger business only to transform them into restaurants featuring Arab comfort food. I can't wait to show you some of the most mind-blowing dishes he has created that you can even try out at home. Now, Samir's been getting a lot of press for a reason. He has basically reinvented Arab food. He uses familiar ingredients in innovative ways I have never seen before. At the same time, there's zero pretension in his restaurants, so you feel like you're visiting someone's home.
It's called Beit Rima. I named it after my mother's home, where she would host numerous, dinner parties growing up. She's a great cook. She's a great host, and I wanted people to feel like they're coming into an Arab mother's house, and to feel that overwhelming hospitality of Arabic culture.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. I feel that already. So the concept here is Arab comfort food. How do you define Arab comfort food? Because not everybody's really familiar with what the food's about.
I wanted to keep it casual and comfortable, but with a high execution, good techniques, good sourcing, good quality food, and we didn't want to do like shawarmas and sandwiches here, but we didn't want to be like super fancy, high posh. The food just comes out beautiful on its own. Just from keeping it simple. And you guys will see today. A lot of my menus, just a lot of classic things like hummus and baba ganoush, falafel, but also I got some more innovative dishes.
That's what I want to see today. I want to see more of the innovative stuff.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
And they're really just simple California ingredients, which are Palestinian ingredients. I got into cooking when I was 19 years old. I met a fine dining chef in San Francisco, and I was so inspired by him. I started washing dishes and prepping in my free time. So,
did you have a job, or you were just there saying, "Hey, let me help out"?
I was just doing what we call a stage for the first few months until I got my talent and my skills up, and then he ended up opening another restaurant, which he hired me as a line cook. I went on to work at numerous restaurants, numerous chefs. As far as a couple one-star Michelin restaurants I worked at, and working for other people. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur like my father. So, I convinced him to give me a chance with our first location on Church Street in San Francisco. It was a hit, and he let me take over the next two locations. So I opened 3 restaurants in 1 year.
Now, what would you say is your favorite dish in this restaurant, and what would you say would be your patrons' favorite dishes? People that come, are they the same or are they totally different?
I love everything. If I don't love it, it's not making the menu. So
right, that's a good point.
But right now, to answer your question, one of my favorites right now, because it's in season and it's just one of those things that's really, really special, is our fig dish. We will see that dish in detail here in a second, but that's definitely one of my all-time favorite dishes. Our best seller is our chicken shish tawuk plate. Our chicken shish tawuk plate comes with mom's rice, some charred peppers and onions, some hummus, some pickles, a little bit of pita. So that's definitely our bestseller, fan favorite.
I was so excited to go behind the scenes in the kitchen, and now you are going to learn step by step how to make some of the most creative Middle Eastern dishes I have ever seen. Samir is setting up this dish. If you go to my channel, you'll see a recipe for Lebanon cheese. It's really popular, and we eat it for breakfast. But usually we'll eat it with like bread, maybe jam, sprinkle of za'atar, but he's gonna do something absolutely incredible. He's gonna use it as a canvas for a lot of other fresh seasonal ingredients, and I'm really anxious to see what he's gonna do to create this really popular dish here.
This eats kind of like a cheese plate. You could have it as an appetizer, you could have it towards the end of a meal, almost it's very sweet, like a dessert. Yet we season it with salt and pepper.
Nice. I love sweet and savory notes together.
Yeah, So we have here Lepne, which is cultured strain yogurt, as we all know and love, hopefully. These are some beautiful figs from a local farm called the Peach Farm. We have some freshly ground black pepper, some nice sea salt here, some toasted pine nuts, and some black and white sesame seeds.
Nice.
Also, which is two very important ingredients that really make the whole dish, that dress the whole dish,
Yes.
is fresh California olive oil and carob molasses, or carob. Carob. So carob grows on a tree. It's high in sugar, and it almost looks like a tamarind pod, and it is indigenous to the Levant. And I'm pretty sure that figs, olives, and carob are all in the same botanical family.
Well, that's brilliant. So you knew this is where
I found
the
that out
chef's
after.
knowledge.
I found that out after. So we just, we get a plate,
Right.
a nice little bed of lepne on the bottom,
Uh-huh.
and then we just kind of start building. We like to plate it like this. I like to kind of get some simple.
When you really source your fruits and vegetables from great farms, it makes all the difference in the
It
world.
really does. So we're gonna go salt next.
So that's going to really counterbalance with the sweetness of those figs.
Yeah.
It's genius.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Season those. Freshly ground black pepper. Really nice touch. Alright. And then we're gonna come with the carob molasses.
So would you say it gives it a sort of chocolatey note, the carob, or?
Yeah, it's really nice. It kind of has a nice acidity to it. Alright, so we got that nice, beautiful carob molasses. Now, I want the olive oil. I want it to be in every bite. This is really dressing the dish here, okay?
Beautiful.
Wow, look at
That
the color
is
of
so
that.
beautiful. It's like a
Already.
mosaic tile.
Now,
You know?
the sesame, white and black sesame, is coming for some more beauty and extra added texture. Kind of going back to that cheese plate note, and yeah, adding texture, cheese, nuts, fruit, all go great together.
This is so pretty. It's too pretty to eat.
Yeah.
Traditionally, eat this. Would you put this over bread or just dig in?
I like
Just
to eat
this.
this with a spoon.
All right, I love that. Okay, I'm gonna try to get, even know what kind of fig I like first. But. Oh my God,
Yeah,
that is incredible.
it is.
That is incredible, especially because like the olive oil too. It's like sweet and savory. You're like an artist, man.
Thank you.
You're not just a chef, like you're a true artist. This is so pretty. Like, it's decadent without being bad for you. How did you master that? It's like better than a chocolate cake
It was really good.
or a cheesecake.
Big carob molasses, olive oil.
You got extra spoons, salt.
Kind of eats like a cheese plate. You got the yogurt, fresh from the farm. All figs are straight from the farm. Up in Beecher.
And you know what Samir just did? He just demonstrated the Arab hospitality. That's what, see, he probably felt bad that we're eating and we're going and eyeing and like they don't have their food yet. So you gotta feed them. That's just how we do
I
things.
love sharing food. That's my thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna share this innovative dish with corn, and this reminds me of Mexican corn. Like when you go to the Mexican stalls, or if you go to Mexico, they take the corn, they roll it in mayonnaise, and they put hot chili on it. But you're taking it into a Middle Eastern direction, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is this called? Like, what do you call it in your restaurant?
We call it like sweet summer corn.
Sweet summer corn.
Yeah,
All right.
so people don't really associate, a lot of ingredients with Arabs, but we have them. We have avocados, we have corn, we have melons, we have pumpkin, we have all that good stuff. We get the corn, we throw it on the grill, all right, and then we cut the bottom there so it sits flat on the plate.
Nice.
I'm really proud of this one because I never saw anybody plate their corn like this. And it was something I came up with last year. The excess corn that we cut off, we end up using as a garnish at the end over here, all right?
Perfect.
This is, again,
Or
really...
it could be a snack, right? For you guys.
Yeah. Now we'll put it on the plate.
Nice.
So, really beautiful corn right there, making our job easy. Again, it's a sweet, delicious. I could serve this to you like that. You'd probably love it. This is a tahini-based sauce. It's pretty much our tahini sauce that we have in house already, which is tahini, which is sesame paste. It's thinned down with a lemon juice, a little bit of water, garlic, and a little bit of salt to taste.
Nice.
So we fortify that with some spices, some urfa chili, Aleppo, sumac. It's gonna give it a nice acidity and spice, and also it's gonna give it a really cool color. It gives it this really nice pink color.
Yeah, it's like your special sauce in your. Oh, that's gorgeous.
All
Look
right.
at that.
So we're just gonna lather them in that sauce. Try to still show some of that beautiful corn.
Yes.
Don't want to cover it up too much now. All right, I'm gonna give it a little sprinkle of salt, just a little bit of black pepper. All right, then we're gonna go with the mint. This is freshly chiffonade mint, freshly chopped mint here. All right, maybe some olive oil.
Wow. Instead of butter, look, we use the olive
This is a
oil.
vegan, all vegan dish we got here. Added texture and color.
What's with you making food too pretty to eat? You gotta stop it, man. Then it's like I gotta put it in a paper. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so how do you propose we eat this beautiful corn deliciousness? How do we even
Actually,
begin?
just really only one way to eat it, guys.
All right,
With your hands.
with the hands.
With the hands.
This is what you call falahi style. Falahi means like from the village, right?
Yeah.
This is falahi corn, but it's so much prettier than
Rustic.
it's rustic.
There we go.
You ready? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. That's really
You know, oh, you get that spicy. It's like spicy, and instead of butter, you get the tahini, which is really rich and creamy. You don't even miss butter. And then the mint gives it like this nice, like kind of fresh sweetness.
good. Yeah, exactly. The mint, the sweetness of the mint and the corn really go well together. Oh,
You've redefined corn for me now.
yeah.
I don't think I'll ever be able to eat corn plain again.
We're gonna have to do our squash dish because that's like another innovative dish that we kind of came up with, and you know, you just kind of have like some flavor profiles that you know you want to get on the plate, and
Take it from there.
this dish tastes like pumpkin pie. That's the reason why it tastes like pumpkin pie is we're using winter squash,
Okay.
essentially a pumpkin.
So this is what kind of squash specifically? is it?
Right now we're using acorn squash. Acorn squash is available year-round, which is great. It allows us to keep this on the menu all year.
These have been. So how did you prep these?
We just, you know, we peeled them,
Yeah.
sliced them, and then we do a quick flash fry.
Okay.
Here we have something I'm really proud of. It is a brown butter lebna.
That sounds insane.
Again, I've never seen brown butter lebna before in my life. It's something I came up with last year.
So what's in there? Like, I mean,
So when I first was coming up with this, I was like, all right, made some brown butter, folded it into some lebna. I tasted it, and it was weird.
okay.
But then I just folded in a little bit of simple syrup, and it came together, and it was like, I couldn't stop tasting it.
It's probably
It was
like a cheesecake or like a
It is
frosting.
so good. So,
oh my god.
so back to the pumpkin pie. We have a pumpkin.
Yes.
We have brown butter, and we have warming spices: cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg. So I call this a pine nut dukkha. A
Okay.
dukkha is a nut, seed, and spice mixture. So this is pretty much a baharat mix. Baharat in Arabic, people call it 5 spice, 7 spice. It could be just black pepper and allspice could be baharat. So there's different baharats for different recipes. So this one I wanted to be more of like a sweeter baharat mix for the squash. So yeah, mainly allspice. We got a little bit of cumin, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of sumac, sesame seeds, and pine nuts.
Let me just.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
a
smells like
pumpkin pie.
fall. Smells like fall.
Smells like fall.
I love it. I love it.
We have this beautiful acorn squash. I just flash fried in the fryer for about a minute.
Okay.
And in no specific way, I'm just gonna let these fall down here.
I think this is better than a pumpkin pie. It's just so different.
I love pumpkin pie.
I mean, if
But
I
this
could
is
even
unique.
imagine and envision serving this as like an innovative dessert, you know?
People do eat it at the end of their meal like a dessert. They eat it like an appetizer.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those kind of like unique dishes. It's definitely more on the sweet side. People definitely have it as a dessert. We're gonna finish with some beautiful olive oil. It's gonna really help those raw spices bloom. Green onion. This dish needed color,
Uh-huh.
and it kind of brings another kind of like savory component to the dish.
Yeah, I noticed your food is really surprising to the palate, you know?
Yeah.
This brings that element of the unexpected that seems to be the signature in all of your dishes. This is a dessert, right?
This is dessert. That's part of their meze.
Yeah.
Again, this dish started off as a seasonal dish for fall time,
Yeah.
but it was just so embraced by our customers that I really couldn't take it off the menu. So we just we do it again with acorn squash year round.
I see why you can't take it off the menu. I love this dish.
I remember we're talking about this one.
Yeah, first time I get on the phone with this guy, we have a foodie conversation that lasted like an hour. I love this because it has like that cinnamon note and you've got the pine nuts. The green onions work.
They do.
They really do.
Yeah. It's not just for color. It's
not just for color. It
They
actually
do work.
works.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say to people that, you know, they've never had this kind of Middle Eastern food? How would you say this reflects on just like Middle Eastern people and hospitality?
Innovation, the embracing of like local ingredients with like ancient, recipes. It's a really beautiful thing.
I think you'd make our ancestors proud. They would see what you've done and be like, wow, why didn't we think of this, you know? Well, this is one thing I wanted to bring home in this episode is that, right now with people not being able to travel, that people are going stir crazy. They're wanting to, a lot of people want to travel, but they can't. And I say, don't overlook the jewels in your backyard. It didn't take long for me to drive and find this place. Research what you have in your neighborhood and try new cuisine, and you'll be introduced to a whole new world that you never knew existed. And it's a heck of a lot cheaper than a plane ticket. And the cool thing is you could always come back over and over again. So I would be incredibly sad if this place was like a plane ride away rather than a car ride away. And now I'm so lucky that I've discovered this place because I'm going to be back for more. You can count on me for that.
We'd love to have you back anytime.
So thank you for Feast of the Middle East. Like and subscribe. Tell me, what do you think about Samir's amazing cuisine? Let's read him up in the comments below. I think he's incredible, and I just feel so grateful to spend this afternoon with you today.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being on the show. Again, guys, it's Beit Rima, BEITRIMA. That's our tag on Instagram. It's just @Beit Rima.
Perfect. So I'll put that tag right there below so that people can follow you guys and see your creations on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, we have 2 locations in San Francisco. One in the DuBose Triangle Castro neighborhood on 138 Church Street. And the second location is in Cole Valley, which is a beautiful neighborhood close to the Upper Haight. That is 86 Carl Street. And the third location here in Daly City. Plenty of space, plenty of, not as busy. Yeah, easy to park.
Easy to park.
It's easy to get here, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All 3 locations are amazing. They're all consistent, and we'd love to have you guys sometime.
See you guys. I'm gonna clobber this dish before my husband, who's behind the camera, gets to it.
This is amazing.
I'm kidding. Here you go. Oh, he's taking it.
Yeah.
He's taking it. Here you go.
Excuse me.
He's taking it.
Warm spices and pine nuts.
It's awesome, isn't it?